This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite August 3rd, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's AEW Dynamite. Now, we kick off with the first match of the night. It was Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy 1-on-1. Now, Jay Lethal had Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh at ringside with them. This match was going on and stuff, but then Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal was on the ramp and stuff going at it. And then we seen Best Friends come out with Trent on Chuck's shoulders coming out, and then all of them got kicked out ringside. So it was just a one-on-one match between Jay Lethal and Orange Cassidy. It was pretty good. Jay Lethal kept them going after the legs of Orange Cassidy, kept them trying to lock on a figure four leg lock onto him because, you know, with his feud with Ric Flair this past weekend and all that stuff. That's what he was pretty much doing. But yeah, he was trying to lock on the figure four so many times, but Orange Cassidy kept on fighting out of it. At one point, Orange Cassidy almost picked up the win when he hits Beach Break onto Jay Lethal, pins him, but Lethal barely kicking out at 2. And then they both got back up, going at it, and then Lethal hits a super kick to the back of the leg on Orange Cassidy, injuring that leg again, and then hits Lethal Injection onto Orange Cassidy, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Jay Lethal defeated Orange Cassidy tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. Great match. For that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match to kick off Dynamite tonight. So yeah, after that we seen Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh come running down to the ring, and you know, they start talking and pretty much they're calling out Wardlow. And Jay Lethal says to Wardlow, he says, "You better come on out and save your friend before, you know, I straight up hurt him." And then he was about to lock on the figure 4 leg lock onto Orange Cassidy. But then all of a sudden we see Best Friends and we see Wardlow running down to the ring, saving Orange Cassidy, chasing off Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. And then Sanjay Dutt grabs the mic and he says, "How about this, Wardlow? How about you defend your title against Jay Lethal at Battle of the Belts 3? And, you know, Jay Lethal said, "Do you accept the challenge?" And Wardlow was like, "This is Wardlow world." So yeah, that's what he said, Wardlow's world. But yeah, that's what he said, and it looks like that match will be official now. Wardlow versus Jay Lethal at Battle of the Belts 3 for the TNT Championship. So yeah, that's what happened there. But like I said, great match between Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal. Great match. Like I said, I'll give that match 3 stars. Yeah, there's still many stuff going on tonight. But up next, we're going to be seeing the Undisputed Elite, Era Elite, up next on Dynamite. The Young Bucks, Red Dragon, and Adam Cole. They'll be on Dynamite up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, we see Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon, and Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and Brandon Cutler, the Undisputed Elite, come out to the ring. And Adam Cole has a message for the Young Bucks. And he looks at Matt and Nick Jackson and he goes like, "Look, I understand that that y'all want to be in the Trios tournament to win the first ever AEW Trios Championship and all that. And I understand. But here's the thing. I'm injured. Kyle's injured. And y'all don't want to team up with Bobby Fish." So that's what he was saying. He says, "With that being said, y'all are not going to be in the tournament." And then the Young Bucks starts arguing with Adam Cole. And then that's when Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish attacks the Young Bucks from behind, turning on the Young Bucks. They was beating them down and stuff. And then he grabbed a steel chair, wrapped it around, I think it was Nick Jackson's head, and Adam Cole climbs up the second turnbuckle, about to jump off, but then Hangman Adam Page comes running out, saving the Young Bucks, and chasing off the, Red Dragon and Adam Cole, chasing them off with a lead pipe. So yeah, that's what happened there. Oh yeah, and they beat the hell out of Brandon Cutler too, so yeah, because he was trying to stop him. But yeah, Hangman Adam Page saved the Young Bucks tonight and chased off Adam Cole and Red Dragon. But yeah, it was a pretty good segment. Looks like the Young Bucks are now baby faces now. So yeah, that was pretty good. But after that, we see the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley backstage, and he starts talking about how he don't care who wins between Wheeler Yuta and Chris Jericho. How he says whoever wins, he'll just go next week and beat the hell out of them. So yeah, even though Wheeler Yuta's pretty cool, even though they're pretty cool and all that, he said he'll beat the hell out of him, or he'll beat the hell out of Chris Jericho because he knows their history and stuff. So yeah, pretty good stuff. He said he don't care who wins in tonight's main event between those two, but it's going to be a good match. But, yeah. I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite, before I talk about the tag team match, we got to talk about Christian Cage, because he was going to get interviewed by Tony Schiavone backstage to talk about how he's going to be in a match tonight against Matt Hardy, and how does he feel about Jungle Boy. But then all of a sudden, Christian Cage and Tony Schiavone almost got ran over by Jungle Boy. Yeah, he came flying through with the freaking SUV, about to run them over, but luckily they got out of the way, and a bunch of security guards started taking Jungle Boy out of the building. So yeah, he won't be in the building tonight. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then we get to the match. It was Dr. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter with Rebel at ringside versus the AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, and Toni Storm. Thunderstorm in a tag team match. And this match, it was a pretty good match. If you have yet, go check out this match. Very great match between these two teams. The fans was into it and everything. They was chanting, "This is awesome," and all that stuff. We'll get to the ending. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker was not the illegal women, but they was in the ring brawling because they started slapping each other. And then at one point we see Britt Baker try to hit the Fisherman Neck Breaker onto Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa fought out of that, and then lifts her up, tried to hit the Thunder Driver onto her, but Britt Baker fought out of that as well. Both of them was going at it, but then we see Toni Storm finally coming up, taking out Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, hitting hip attacks and stuff onto him in the corners, and then Thunder Rosa was on the apron, and then Britt Baker dragged Thunder Rosa into the ring, kind of, right there by the turnbuckles, and she got hit with the hip attack on the accident by Toni Storm. And then that's when Jamie Hayter comes up, spins her around, hitting the clothesline onto her, and then pins her for the 3 count. So yeah, Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker defeated Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa tonight in the tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good tag team match though. For that match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a very good tag team match, like I said. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then the next thing that happened, we see a video package with Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti not being at Dynamite tonight because they're going to get married or whatever. And I think William Regal was the one that was doing the voiceover stuff, which was pretty funny. Sammy Guevara. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then Eddie Kingston pretty much interrupts the video package and says, Sammy, I am challenging you at All Out. So yeah, at All Out, it looks like it'll be Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara 1-on-1, or Sammy Guevara. So yeah, that match will be happening at All Out, it looks like. But yep, that's what happened there. And up next, we're going to be seeing Will Hobbs in action. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Taz mentioned that he had no part into anything that happened last week. So he says that Team Taz is now disbanded, and all 3 guys, Hook, Will Hobbs, and Ricky Starks, are going to do their own thing. So yeah, that's what he said there. But up next, we're going to be seeing Will Hobbs in action up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Powerhouse Will Hobbs versus Ren Jones one-on-one. And of course this match was quick as hell because Will Hobbs just straight up tear through Ren Jones, running into him in the corner and stuff, picks him up, hits a running power slam onto him, and then lifts him up again, hitting a vicious clothesline onto him, and then puts his knee on his chest, getting the 3 count. So yeah, Will Hobbs defeated Ren Jones tonight in the one-on-one match. That's what happened. for that match and what happened after the match, I'll give it 1 star, because after the match we seen Ricky Starks running out to brawl with Will Hobbs, and both of them was brawling and stuff, but then the referee kind of got in the way, and then Ricky Starks pushed down the referee, and then he ran straight into a spine buster by Will Hobbs, getting laid out. So yeah, that's what happened there. And like I said, for the match and what happened after the match, I'll give it 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy one-on-one. And this match, it was a pretty good match. Right when the match started, Matt Hardy starts, he takes down Christian, starts beating him down and stuff. But yeah, this match, it was going pretty good. And then we get to outside the ring where they set up a table. Matt Hardy lays Christian onto the table. He gets on the apron, jumps off with the elbow drop, but Christian moved out of the way, so Matt Hardy crashed and burned through the table. And then the match turned to Christian's side. Then at that point, Christian throws him into the ring, and then lifts him up to hit the kill switch onto Matt Hardy, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Christian Cage defeated Matt Hardy tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. Pretty good match, but for that match, I'll give it 3 stars after with the match and what happened after the match, because after the match we see Christian get out of the ring, grab 2 steel chairs, about to hit the concerto onto Matt Hardy, but then Luchasaurus theme song hits. He comes walking out, and Christian was getting distracted by that, because then all of a sudden Jungle Boy ran through the crowd, coming from behind him, trying to attack Christian, but Christian quickly got out of the ring and starts running through the crowd. So yeah, that's what happened there. Christian defeated Matt Hardy, and Jungle Boy chased off Christian. So yeah, that's what happened there. For that match, I'll give it, like I said, 3 stars. That's what I'll give it for the match and what happened after the match. But then after that, we see Daniel Garcia getting interviewed backstage by Tony Schiavone, and Daniel Garcia was talking about how he's a Dragon Slayer now for slaying the American Dragon Bryan Danielson last week. And he says whenever Bryan Danielson gets off from injury and stuff, he'll be waiting for him. So yeah, that's what Daniel Garcia said there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, now before I talk about the dumpster match, we got to talk about a few things, like Ethan Page. Now he came out to the ring and he starts complaining about how he ain't being like on TV or anything like that. Stokely Hathaway came out and he was behind him for like a good minute while Ethan Page was pretty much throwing out his frustrations and stuff. But then he turns around, he sees Stokely, starts arguing with him, and then Stokely tells him something in his ear, and then gives him his business card, gets out the ring. Ethan Page gets out the ring, and they both start walking off together. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then backstage we see Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Jay getting interviewed backstage, and Jay somehow how she's the prettiest and the most dangerous and all that, and starts choking out one of the staff members or whatever, putting him in the sleeper hold. So yeah, that's what happened there. But then we get to the match. It was Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, the Acclaimed, versus Austin and Colton Gunn, the Gun Club, tonight in a dumpster match. Now this match was pretty good. Right when the Gun Club came out, the Acclaimed attacked him from behind, beating him down and stuff. Max Caster, he started rapping and stuff, talking about how he's going to put the Gun Club in retirement, just like Vince McMahon. And then started talking about how he's as positive as Joe Biden's COVID test and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was saying. Pretty funny stuff. But yeah, we get the match underway. At one point, we see Anthony Bowens getting powerbombed into the dumpster, and then Max Caster got thrown into the dumpster as well. The Gun Club almost won, but the Acclaim fought back. They was all going at it, and then we get to the ending of the match where we see Austin Gunn on the... But yeah, Austin Gunn was on the top of the tunnel, and then all of a sudden Max Caster comes up from behind him, tosses him off the top of the tunnel into the dumpster, and then Anthony Bowens put Colton Gunn on the table, and then Max Caster jumped off the top of the tunnel with the mic drop, the big old elbow drop off the top of the tunnel onto Colton Gunn through the table, laying him out, and then they threw him into the dumpster winning the match. So yeah, the Acclaim defeated the Gun Club tonight in the dumpster match. That's what happened. And then after the match ended, they zip tied the top and stuff to push them off the ramp. They had difficulty at first pushing them off the ramp, but they managed to do it. They pushed them off the ramp, and then when they hit the floor, the tops came busting open and stuff. So hopefully they're okay, but yeah, that's what happened there. But the match was pretty entertaining. I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's why I'll give it a pretty good match. But up next, we'll be seeing the main event. It will be Chris Jericho versus Will Yuta. One-on-one winner of this match faces Jon Moxley next week. They'll be taking on Jon Moxley next week on Dynamite for the interim AEW World title. So yeah, that will be happening. But the main event is happening up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was the main event. It was Chris Jericho versus Will Yuta one-on-one. Now, the winner of this match faces Jon Moxley next week for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship next week on Dynamite. So yeah, that's the match stipulation. Matt Menard and Angelo Parker was at ringside for Chris Jericho, but then Claudio Castagnoli comes up ringside as well for Wheeler Yuta. William Regal was on commentary for this match. It was a pretty good match. If you have yet, go check out this match. I would say probably this is match of the night, or I had to go with like Jay Lethal and Orange Cassidy. That match was a pretty good one, or that tag team women's match. But yeah, like I said, this match was pretty good. We get to the ending though, where at one point we see the Jericho Appreciation Society try to interfere and stuff, but then they got kicked out ringside, and Claudio followed them from behind as well, going backstage. But then it was just a one-on-one match. At the ending, we see Will Yuta has a submission hold locked onto Chris Jericho, but then Chris Jericho grabs that baseball bat, and then Aubrey Edwards grabs the bat, putting it away after taking out Jericho's hands. While she was putting it away, we see Jericho hit the low blow onto Wheeler Yuta and then try to hit Judas Effect onto him, but then Wheeler ducks down and then tries to pin him with that the seatbelt pin onto Jericho, but Jericho kicked out too, and then locks on the Lion Tamer, making Wheeler Yuta tap out. So yeah, Chris Jericho defeated Wheeler Yuta tonight on Dynamite. That's what happened. And he wouldn't let go of the submission hold, even though there's a bunch of referees and stuff trying to pull him off and stuff. But then Jon Moxley comes running out, and Jon Moxley chased Chris Jericho out the ring, saving Wheeler Yuta. But then Jericho grabs the mic and he says, "How about next week you do get Lionheart Chris Jericho next week, the last sole survivor of the Heart Dungeon." So yeah, that's what Jericho said, and yeah, they'll be taking on each other next week on Dynamite for the interim AEW World title. But yeah, it was a pretty good match, like I said. If you have yet, go check out this match. I'll give this match 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good, entertaining match. But for me, match of the night, I gotta say, it was Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy. That match was pretty good. But this one was pretty good as well. The women's tag team match was good. The dumpster match from earlier, it was entertaining and stuff. And yeah, tonight's Dynamite, I would say it was better than last week's Dynamite. Last week's Dynamite, to me, it was kind of shitty. But this week's episode was pretty good. But yeah, for tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay episode. But yeah, like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'll be down there in the description box, and I'll see you guys later for this Friday night SmackDown reviews. See you guys later. Until then.